MMORPGs are right up there as one of the most popular genres on mobile, and it's easy to see why. It is pretty much defined by grind, and mobile has made this a lot more easy, thanks to the ability to take your gaming device everywhere, whether it's the toilet or an important work meeting. If you're looking for a game that works for you, worry no more. As we bring to you the best top 10 MMORPGs for 2020. Starting off at number 10, Dragon Nest M. It is the mobile version of the popular MMORPG Dragon Nest Online. For the Dragon Nest fans out there, this is still an action-packed MMO even though the game controls are quite different. The graphics gives the player a view of this game's full 3D spectrum of beautiful animations, character models, textures, details, and more. The storyline takes us to a fantasy world of Altera, where stars that fell from the sky brought upon both the salvation and the destruction of the people. While one of those stars has brought the soul of the prophet, evil rose up as well and now chaos abounds. The players are tasked with doing their part to stave off this rise of evil and bring order to the world. Dragon Nest M is completely free to download and play, and you can achieve everything in the game, without spending any real money. However, playing it competitively against other players will require cash. What do you guys think? Moving on. At number 9, Tales of Wind. This is the Western version of Laplace M, a mobile version of the classic PC MMORPG. At first it begins with a story cutscenes, and few taps here and there, but when you unlock more into the game, you will be able to unlock dungeon-based quests that has level requirement, which can also be done together with your friends or other players by forming a party with 5 members. There are many daily events that can keep you playing for hours, whether it is a scheduled daily quests, scenarios, dungeons, or PvP contents to acquire items and equipments necessary to go further or compete with other players. I see this game as still a race of being top 1, but other players that can't keep up will eventually stop competing as because of the huge gap to pay to win players and transfer to new servers, as the game releases new servers very often. When you're not out participating in group play, you'll likely spend time on your farm. This is a surprisingly fun mini-game that plays like playing Harvest Moon. You can plant crops, feed animals, bake goods, and much more. Then you'll sell your produce to make cash. While it's generally a very simple affair, it does offer a nice change of pace for when you're not so much in the mood for whacking monsters. Because of the very often server release, I put this on the number 9 spot. Next. At number 8, Adventure Quest 3D. This is a mobile cross-platform of the open-world online PC MMORPG Adventure Quest 3D. While playing the game on your phone, you can still interact and play with your friends, or other players playing through their PCs. Despite old-school looks, it has its own unique playstyle, allowing players to change their classes at any time they want just by changing the class costume, whether from warrior to mage or mage to paladin. And by changing the class, your skill set will also change, but still varies on your level of that class. You can take your friends on adventures, killing bosses, even engage in PvP action. Although it is not tied to a pay-to-win game, but still awesome classes are still offered using your money. While emptying your pocket to unlock cool classes and weapons, the game still offers fusions for your weapons and armors to create an endgame equipment. To cut it short, it offers a multi-platform, no class lock, real-time combat, weapon and armor fusion, and it is free to play. Because of this, it earned our number 8 spot. Moving on. At number 7, Ragnarok M. Over the years, Ragnarok Online has been one of the most sensational MMORPGs around the world. Thus, releasing its mobile version has been one of the downfalls of this game. Not because of its cute graphics, but the insane competition of pay-to-win players. And because the game is very expensive to maintain, many players stopped playing, changing servers or looking for another alternative. But still, you can enjoy this game as a casual player. You can auto-grind with your friends, join boss hunts, and enjoy the cuteness of its graphics and many features. Despite many players complaining about the game, it still has many players enjoying the game. There are 6 beginning class you can pick in-game, and over 15 jobs you can choose, but varies on the beginning class you chose. It has PvP, guild versus guild contents, and other features that you will surely enjoy. Because of players' votes, Ragnarok M still earned the number 7 spot of our list. Moving on. At number 6, Genshin Impact. If you ever played The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, you will get the same feeling in playing this game. From the art style, to the stamina-based climbing anything. It is impossible not to be reminded of Link's open-world adventures in Hyrule. Others may think that this is just a rip-off of another popular MMORPG, but it's not. Genshin Impact has proven to many players that its diverse playable characters and deep RPG systems are all unique and awesome enough to stand on its own. Genshin Impact is a free-to-play action-adventure RPG. Even though others consider it as a gacha game, it is still fun to play because of its open-world adventure concept. It has a whopping 23 playable characters with different combat playstyle, and there is no auto-grinding, so you will find yourself playing the whole day. You can team up with your friends through entering worlds to fight bosses and many more. Competing with other players is not much of an issue because it has no PvP content, but nonetheless it is still a worth game to play and did hit our number 6 spot. Next. At number 5. Lineage2 Revolution. A fantastic adaptation of the PC MMORPG Lineage 2. It is powered by Unreal Engine, so you can expect amazing graphics and in-game effects. It is beautifully made from character design to every details of the game. You can't get enough of this game because it is a never-ending grind, but not to worry, because it has an auto-grinding feature which you can just leave your phone and wash the dishes or even go to the toilet. You can team up with your friends and fight bosses, or auto-grind, or even PK them just for fun. There are 4 races to choose from with 3 beginning classes, and another 2 classes to choose from as you level up. The game offers PvP and open-world PvE contents. PvP can be in a form of 1v1, or large-scale 50 vs 50 fortress battles, or 200 players castle sieges, and many more. The game doesn't have much of a pay-to-win progress, but spending money always brings out some advantage. Explore the world of Lineage2 Revolution and experience its awesome graphics and storyline, and fight fearsome monsters and bosses together with your friends, so why not give it a try? Moving down to our list. At number 4. A3 Still Alive. Produced by Netmarble, A3 Still Alive is an open-world MMORPG with 3D graphics and awesome skill effects. The game's setting is very much inspired by dark fantasy and thus features a post-apocalyptic world with swords and sorcery. Aside from battling against other people, players will also engage in hack-and-slash combat with enemies in a continuous search find better gear. There will be several game modes on offer for players to test their skills once the game drops that include a mixture of PvP and PvE. They include the likes of Castle Siege, Dark Presence, and World Boss content. You can choose from the 5 gender-locked different character classes to start your adventure. But because of the camera lock, many players did not bother to play it, as well as it has many servers being released more often. The game also gives out many daily rewards, but still the pay-to-win concept is still an issue to this game. For the popularity, open-world PvP, and awesome graphics, it did have a spot on our number 4 in this list. Next. At number 3. Black Desert Mobile. Black Desert Mobile, the mobile iteration of the popular MMORPG Black Desert Online from Pearl Abyss. It has been available to players in Korea, Japan, and Taiwan since February last year, and made its way to English-speaking regions sometime in December 2019. More than 11 character classes have been made available after the full release. The great thing with Black Desert Mobile is the fact that the robust character customization options are intact, letting you create your own photo-realistic anime character. Instead of giving you a third-person view of your character, the game is slightly isometric, something akin to Diablo or Dungeon Hunter. You can turn the camera behind you to be more like other versions of the game, though it isn't ideal when fighting hordes of enemies. Combat is very akin to what you might be used to in other mobile fantasy titles, with a dedicated attack button and 4 skill buttons, which can also be hot-swapped for another array of skills. The Android version of the game has been soft-launched, and allows you to start off your mobile fantasy adventure, starting with choosing your character class. What the mobile version has above the console and PC versions is with the game being free and all the auto actions that a player can perform. Overall, if you've always been curious to what Black Desert has to offer, then this mobile version might be for you. It isn't a watered-down port, but rather a whole new way to experience Black Desert. For the popularity and awesome graphics, it ranked as our number 3 on this list. Next. At number 2, Dragon Raja. It is a free-to-play mobile 3D MMORPG set in a modern fantasy world based on the best-selling Korean novel of the same name. The game makes use of a tab-targeting action combat system, and features a unique and captivating storyline, player housing, gacha mechanics, and typical modern-day MMORPG gameplay. The futuristic cyberpunk allows for a unique aesthetic take on traditional tank, DPS, and healer roles. Each get its slew of futuristic weaponry and skills, but all stay faithful to the class types we've come to know. The Blademaster fulfills the tank archetype, while the Gunslinger and Assassin check off the ranged and melee DPS roles respectively. The healer made for the most unique design with the Soul Dancer. You can choose to play as one of 5 classes: Blade Master, Fighter, Assassin, Gunslinger, and Soul Dancer. Each class has their own strengths and weaknesses and varying levels of playing difficulty. Create unique characters using the game's in-depth customization system and dress them up in a variety of costumes and outfits that ranging from casual street clothes to futuristic looks. The game offers combo-based action combat, in-depth character customization, player housing and costumes, and the use of gacha mechanics to unlock and recruit companions that will give you much-needed boosts during combat. Because of the awesome graphics, unique game features, and popularity, it deserves to have the spot on our list. Bringing you down to our number 1. Please don't forget to subscribe, and hit the thumbs up and bell button for our upcoming videos. Thanks! And the number 1 on this list. Traha Mobile. Traha is a game that was showcased during the recent G-Star 2018. The game by Nexon is still under development, but it is said to rival an MMORPG on PC. Developed by an indie studio, Moai Games, the game is developed with Unreal Engine 4, which makes it one of the best-looking mobile MMORPG out there. It is made to be a mobile MMORPG that would allow players to play their favorite roles and be the dominator on the battlefield. At the start, players will need to choose between 2 alliances before proceeding into character creation. There are 4 main classes to choose from, and each has their own subclasses from Rogue, Berserker, Warrior or Archer. If you're tired of all the fighting, there are also non-combat features in the game that could enrich your experience. Players can fish, cook and craft, which can be mastered as non-combat roles like cook, blacksmith, craftsman, explorer and many more. Food that were cooked to provide consumables that boosts or buffs your character. Like most MMORPGs, the game adopts an open-world concept. However, there are also dungeon instances where players can party up for a dungeon raid. As the game is still in development, there are still plenty of other features that are planned to be included into the game in the future. For the overall package, Traha Mobile deserves to be at the number 1 spot. Are your top picks not on the list? Leave a comment below, and share your thoughts about this list.